Aloha guys, hope everyone's doing well. I am going to give you a little tutorial. I just went down to Chicago and I shot some footage with my Mavic Air 2 and I figure why not share a little bit of a color grading workflow and how I work with my footage a bit. I know people were requesting that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I went ahead and I saw some weird thing going on with my 8K hyperlapses yesterday, so I shot some in 1080 today. I'm going to go ahead right now. You can't see this, but I got a Gnarbox. Here, hold on one moment. Memory card reader that I got to reach, so 1 second. Okay, I plugged that guy in. It mounted. I have Final Cut open. I don't want to go through this import box though, so I'm going to hide Final Cut for the moment. And I'm going to see right here my SD card. I'm going to go ahead and put it in column view. I'm on a Mac, so I'm on a 5K iMac. For those who are wondering, I'm going to go to my hard drive that I've been putting stuff on. Not this guy, I got another. I'm going to hit Shift Command N, get a new folder. I'm going to put 2020 05 30 underscore, and I'm going to hit Chicago. Whoop. Chicago, if I can spell, Mavic Air 2 footage. Clouds. Because they're really beautiful clouds, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and import that. Boom. Shouldn't be too bad. But I'm going to import the files into this folder, and then I kind of go through and usually just see what I want to import by, tagging them, by basically throwing a little green, tag. So just go right-click, essentially, and do that. So I can't do it now because it's actually still writing and doing an operation. But as you see, you'll kind of get an idea of this workflow, and you can kind of see what kind of day it was. It was pretty nice, awesome skies, so I got some pretty cool footage. Just playing around, getting a little creative. I shot mainly 4K 60 frame per second. I tried some HDR, but I basically stuck. I mean, that's pretty cool. And with some color grading, that's going to be pimp. And if I want, I can actually zoom in or do some kind of Ken Burns type effect. I added little different movements, pulling in or pulling out. But as I said, you can kind of see what was going on. Now, again, a big part of this is seeing things creatively. This is your own vision. I like to trip out when I go and shoot and do, some different stuff. Not see the world like everyone else does, ideally, and take my twist. And that's what we all need to do, is find our own style, right? And it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes years and years to kind of come into it, and that's part of the deal. You can see some of the shots I got like this. Let me see what else. So that's pretty cool. This is Millennium Park. I actually have, the lake. I shot over the lake. What else is there? Same kind of thing. I think I did a couple way out there. So this is pretty wild too. No boats. So pretty much Chicago skyline from the lake with the Mavic Air 2, and I got footage of this as well. And this was before the clouds started to roll in, so there's that. So we're going to let this import, and then I'm going to just get right back to you. Okay, we're right about to be done with this import, and there we go. That little sound. I'm going to right-click on this, eject, and then pull my card out of the memory card reader. And just so you guys are aware, these Gnarbox, and I'm not, again, sponsored by them or anything, but they are an amazing little card reader. They allow you to have a micro SD, a SD, and I got an XQD card too for my D850. So all three of those cards are supported, and it's a USB-C, and it's $50. I'll put the link below, but check it out. It's super killer. Honestly, the best card reader I've ever owned. So that says a little bit, I think. So let's get into it. So I'm going to go into icon view. I'm going to expand this a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to go in here, clean up really quick by kind, clean up by name, and as you can see, some of the stuff that I shot. So we have some still images, but we're looking at video footage. I mean, that's really pretty. And that's obviously, I want to almost go into this part of it. But you can see, actually, I'm going to range by kind. And there we go, and I'll get to, but you can see some of the pano shots I took, and they're pretty cool. But so I got some video. Let's just get a few things, and I won't get too crazy. I don't want to have this thing be 50 minutes. So say we got some footage of that going up. I can do a little green mark. Let's see what this is. I want to get some with the clouds. The clouds were, I didn't know if this was the Coast Guard or police or something. I was just kind of following them around for a second, and then I left them alone. It probably is Coast Guard or police or something, so I didn't want to kind of buzz him too long. And I was kind of getting out of reach when I was doing this footage, and I lost connection. But it's kind of cool, little abstract footage, so I'm going to put this in here for some B-roll kind of thing. Let's see what was going on here. So same thing, Navy Pier. Maybe I'll use a little bit of this footage. But I really just want to show you guys how I color grade a bit. Now, see, this is when the clouds got really nice. So we're cruising this way. I think I actually was flying in sport mode sometimes, and I'd just hammer it to the left or the right and just kind of cruise and see how the skyline looked this way. Let me see what else. Maybe some from the lake. Let's see what that looks like. This is kind of cool coming into the city, so I'm going to use this footage for sure. And again, I'll probably comb through this for a really nice edit eventually. No, not that. I did some hyperlapse, which is pretty cool. I think I did a few. It takes some patience to do this. I did one just kind of hanging out without any movement, just to see. And then I went and started to move a little bit. I mean, it seems a little jerky, but it's cool. So I'm going to try that one, for example. Put a little green thing there. What else is there? So the light was kind of bad over there, wasn't ideal. Here we have some footage. So this is really beautiful. I'll put this guy, a little green mark, and let me see what this one is. Another hyperlapse. I can play with that and see as well, and grab one more. Let me see. No, I hope I got some footage of that. I should have. Yeah, I think I did. So this is really beautiful. Personally, I like this. This is cool. So let's get going. So I'm going to mark all these, and what I'm going to do now, I can either do this, put my tags, grab them, and what I need to do is go in the Final Cut now, and this isn't necessarily a Final Cut tutorial. Oop, let me mute that. I'm going to go New Project, and I'll do Chicago Mavic Air 2 tutorial footage. I'm gonna do, I'll do 1080 just because I shot the hyperlapse in 1080 and I don't wanna, can't obviously make that 4K. I'm gonna drag this into the timeline, and now we have our footage. So let's grab one of the clips. Maybe not this guy. I'm gonna grab something with some clouds because I think that is key to see. So I'm gonna go over here, go to fit. Let me see, 100%. No, fit. Make that a little different. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the footage somewhere where I think it's really ideal, like a nice shot with a Sears Tower or Willis Tower, whatever they call it. And now what I'm going to do is go up here and I'm going to select color wheels. So color wheels is my go-to. And again, I'm not necessarily, you know, I'm pretty good with color theory. I studied it and got, you know, certified and all that kind of stuff, but really, with this footage, again, it's kind of like a GoPro footage, file or footage. So it's similar, in my opinion, to how you would work it. And I have a couple things that I use. I use this finishing plugin, and I forgot who makes it. It is my Final Cut Pro effects. I think it's something, but anyway, I can go into there now, and if you see, I have, let me see, why is this plugin not working? Effects, show, oh, there we go, I'm sorry. So here we got the effects right now. And I just personally have played with this little plugin for so long that I can go and do something like, maybe something like that and brighten it up a little bit. And you see what we're seeing already. And I don't know if it needs, I think it needs a little sharpening. And this is viewing better quality. So now what I can do too with this plugin is go details fine. And it just give it a little bit, and you can see it kind of crisp into place. And I prefer it a little sharper, and it's not done rendering. So right now, this is still rendering, so I'll render this clip out really quick and just render selection. So this is on its way to render out. And you'll see basically how nice it looks. So what I can do now is hit Command C and copy what I just did there. And then I can go to the next clip over here and I can hit Shift Command V, and it will paste the attributes. So I'm going to paste everything that I just did to that clip on the other file. And voila, killer, right? So now we have that going. We have this going. Let's see this footage right here. This is the hyperlapse. I'm going to hit Shift Command V again. There we go. Shift Command V one more time, paste attributes. And this is just getting me in the ballpark. I can fine tune, and I will fine tune, maybe not in this tutorial, but I can. Say we go over here and it's looking a little dark, or I don't know. I mean, I know the light's changing, so that's all right. It's going in shadow with the clouds coming through. But say I go to color wheels right here, and I can maybe lighten the shadows a bit. Let's see what happens if I open up the shadows. Not so much, maybe a teeny bit, but maybe I want to, no, not the highlights. Let me see if I just do the overall boost. So maybe it's an overall boost to the master channel, essentially. And maybe bring down the shadows a bit. And I can hit, while I'm actually playing the footage, Command Z to undo it, and then Shift Command Z. So I think that looks better. So you can just kind of play and see. I kind of messed up over there, but it was all right because I got what I needed. And then I can essentially do the same here. Let me see. I'll hit Shift Command Z for this hyperlapse clip. Maybe that's a little too bright. I see the clouds kind of blown out. So I'll come back here. Maybe, there we go, pull that in. Maybe open the shadows a little bit, because I'm watching these trees a little too dark for my liking. And that's about it. So here, let me see. Now that's pretty cool, right? Maybe a little more sharpening, because again, mind you, all the footage is a little different. The hyperlapse is going to come out a little differently than, say, for example, 4K 60 frames per second. I mean, you just don't know. So, I mean, you just got to kind of finesse each clip individually, in my opinion. I'm going to add a little bit more sharpening. And I can try to find the plugin link to this and give it to you, because it really is nice, because it allows you to basically tweak a little bit. Really what I touch, my main thing is the details fine. I use this to basically sharpen my footage. It seems like a pretty accurate unsharp mask for Final Cut. So I use that a lot, and I use this vibrancy high, and a lot of times I'll just play around, but I don't really go too crazy with anything down below, to be honest with you. I've messed around, and sometimes I, see what happens, but it just seems like it's not doing any real, flattering stuff to the footage. And again, I can try to, say, for example, here, I can maybe try to go and do the video quality. I can't do that with this, but maybe I could slow it down a little bit, speed it up a little bit, see if it can kind of hold and not look all, still look all right. I got this footage over here. I can hit Shift Command V, see what it does over here. Now, I can maybe utilize some of this. Let me see. Right when it gets out of there. Wait. Play it. So I'm using my space bar to play. There, I'm going to cut it right there. Command B will cut the footage. Delete that. And now I can go over here. Maybe I'll go over to the wheels again. And you see what I'm doing. So I'm essentially using the wheels. I can go and maybe change the color if I don't want it so yellow, if I want it more blue, really depending on, I mean, again, in theory, you should be white balancing your footage, which you can do, but I'm just doing it by eye. I got my cap. See, there you go. It looks a little bit nicer. I mean, that's kind of cool footage. So maybe I can just cut right here, get rid of all this chunk of not good, safe footage. But essentially what I'm doing is utilizing color wheels, which is right here. So I'm going to go make sure the clip is selected, and then I go to color wheels. I can hit this little triangle, the little RGB triangle, and then get back into it. This is what happens if I turn that off. But essentially, this is your master. This is going to affect your shadow detail, highlights. So you got to be careful with your highlights, especially with clouds and stuff, blowing those out. But these are all finessing. I can go and tweak the actual luminosity of my shadows, the luminosity, you know, the brightness of my highlights, the brightness of my midtones, etc. Or affect just the color in that area too. And let's see what it looks like now. I mean, this is going to be a little slow to render, but let's see. Come on, start going up. You know, maybe I do a little Ken Burns effect or something. And do, crop, Ken Burns. Maybe I start. And let me see. Like that. So something simple like that. We'll add a little bit of movement. I like that. That's good. But you kind of get an idea what I'm going to work with. I mean, I really hope this helps. Just to show you guys a bit, I'll give you the final edit in a little bit, and I'll upload it and put a link below. But I hope this helps. Again, what I would consider doing, this was shot in normal mode too, and this gives you a good example of the quality of the footage. I shot at 100 ISO, manual mode. I didn't have any filters on. I probably wish I should have. I probably was at 1,000th of a second, so really too high of a shutter speed. But regardless, it still comes out pretty cherry, especially, I mean, right now it's choppy because it's not rendered out yet. That's it for the moment. But go ahead, use your Mavic Air 2, share your footage, get editing, get color grading. Be, you know, again, don't think too much. Just see what it looks like visually. You know, someone could say you can't possibly put your saturation slider this much, you know, this high, but you can. It doesn't matter. As long as it visually looks all right. The sky was amazingly blue, and if you had a polarizer on or a neutral density, it would probably be the same way. So, you know, this does not look super, you know, overly pushed. It looks beautiful to me, and I'm sure other people will feel the same. So I'll put together an edit. Subscribe if you guys can. I'm trying to break 1,000 subscribers sooner than later. I have a bunch of stuff that I've been working on. And what else? That's it. Thank you for the support, and aloha. Bye.